So making movies is difficult. And I believe it's difficult on every budget level, but it feels especially difficult when you're making a low budget movie. And sometimes you feel lost, and sometimes you feel overwhelmed. But there is one particular way that I have learned to deal with that I'm going to tell you about in a second. First, my name is Joe. I am a filmmaker, content creator, podcaster based in southern Utah. And this vlog series is about the making of my second feature, Chicken Coop. And if you would like to learn more about Chicken Coop or any of the things I do, all that's going to be in the description below. We'd really love your help with the making of Chicken Coop, by the way. So if you could go check out our landing page, give us your email. We'd be happy to bring you aboard. Anyway, so earlier today, I was watching a movie that, well, not a movie, but like a movie from a filmmaker that inspired me a little bit when it came to not only making like little independent films, but Chicken Coop in particular. And the movie I was watching was called After the Storm. It's a little family movie that takes place in an apartment complex. Mostly, there's some stuff outside of that, by Hizukazu Koreeda. And it's a wonderful little movie, and I've watched about half of Hizukazu Koreeda's filmography, and I just love what he does. And there's quite a bit of his work that definitely inspired and is continuing to inspire the making of the movie Chicken Coop. And that reminded me, earlier this week I was watching a bunch of Alfonso Cuarón interviews, and it all reminded me just the rewatching of something, for a particular reason, to get inspiration, basically, as a filmmaker. Those moments that I have had, even recently, even this year, where I just didn't feel creative, didn't feel inspired. And I remember listening to a podcast of an interview of Joe Wright. And Joe Wright, after he had directed Pan, which was, of course, panned by critics and audience alike, and he had felt lost. He felt like he didn't know what to do. And apparently he called up Alfonso Cuarón. And Alfonso Cuarón told him, whenever you feel lost as a filmmaker, go back and watch all those movies that inspired you to want to be a filmmaker when you were a kid, or whenever you were inspired to be a filmmaker, I guess. And Joe Wright did that, and he said it worked for him. And I was listening to those interviews with Alfonso Cuarón because I just bought Y Tu Mama Tambien on Blu-ray. And in those interviews, he was talking about, his period of time after making some movie that didn't do as well as they wanted it to do, and he felt like he wasn't being creatively where he should with that movie. It's something that he did, is okay, I'm gonna go back and watch all the movies that made me fall in love with cinema again, and he did that. And the next movie that he made, kind of out of the creative energy and the feeling he had of suddenly being free to create and inspired to create, was Y Tu Mama Tambien, which is one of the greatest movies ever made. And so that's always something I remember. I've had friends that, have felt uninspired to make movies or something, and whenever they're in that kind of mode, I always tell them, hey, Alfonso Cuarón told Joe Wright, go watch the movies that inspired you. It seems like something obvious that we should do, but we don't always do it. I have a giant list of movies, and so whenever I get the time to watch a movie, I'm usually watching something new, or a classic a classic or something critically regarded that everybody tells me I should see, and I'm like, yeah, today's gonna be the day I'm gonna see that movie and I can check it off the list. But it is always important to kind of go back to your roots, as it were, and go check out those old movies. when I was showing you guys my script, a couple vlogs back, like my script books that I had, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that thing inspires the crap out of me. Whenever I watch that movie, I'm just excited about movies. So yeah, that's just something important, something I thought I'd share. Yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Thanks guys for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like this video. Your comments, if you have any, whether or not they're in Discord, Twitter, or on my YouTube channels, where I'd prefer them to be to help the algorithms. If you could, you know, ask me a question, and I can answer it. It can inspire me to create a video. I have a few video subjects lined up in the future that I want to get to. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a great day. Adios.